Hey, good morning. It's Monday, January 20th, 2020. You like how I just kind of worked that in? It's the 20th day of the 20th year of the 20th century, actually counting from that 21st century. But we're not doing numbers this morning. We're talking about everyday thoughts that have to do with honoring God. This week, God has things planned for you to do. What are those plans? I have no idea. And in some ways, neither do you. But we do have a couple of things that we know for sure what God has in mind for you and for me in this coming week. And it would be wise for us since God speaks to us specifically about certain things, it would be wise for us to interpret the events of this week through that grid. And there's two key things that God has for us every week. This week, every day, every hour. The first thing is he wants us to be about knowing him more deeply and more fully so that we can bring honor to his name. A short way of saying that is he wants us to live for his honor and glory, to add to his reputation on this earth. And then the second thing he wants us to be involved in, and what he's planned for us to do, is he's bringing us opportunities to share in his mission, which is to bring people to himself. As we've talked about before, there's only one reason for tomorrow. And that reason for tomorrow is that God still has people that he wants to save and rescue them out of danger and darkness. And when he's done with that, this thing is over. So those are the two things you want to orient your life around this week. You can take it to the bank, and better than taking it to the bank, because God's bank account is never empty. You can be sure that God wants you to be about honoring him and seeing how you can extend his kingdom by showing his mercy in the way that you live, in the way that I live. It's not all that complicated. Yes, there's issues in life. I'm not saying that there aren't. But those two things will ground us. Now, since we don't know what's happening this week, let's take a quick look back at last week. Are the things that happened last week that you have planned? Some. How about some of you that had things happen that you didn't have planned? Some good things, some really hard things. Maybe you got sick. Maybe someone didn't do well in school. Maybe something deeply happened that hurt you deeply. Those things are all possibilities. But in all of them, if we looked at and run them through that grid, that God wants us to know him and love him more deeply, and we want to take every opportunity that we can to show the beauty of God through the gospel of Christ, our hard weeks become weeks that are doable. Still hard, but doable because we have a purpose and focus to bring honor to God. So this week of the 20s, 2020, the 20th year, the 20th day, make it about bringing honor to God and then seeing how you can extend the beauty of his kingdom to those who are in deeply need of it. Think about it. It's a good game plan. It's one that we can know that God will honor. We can't be sure about all the other plans that we have, but we can be certain of that one. Let your kids know that. Let the people you work with know that. Let your husband or wife know that. Let God know that. You have a great day. We'll be back tomorrow on Tuesday. Bye-bye.